he's kind of out of remnant sources by this point. The only place left is in the basic animatronics. So once the place is shut down again, Afton worms his way back in and manages to disassemble the animatronics one by one. This is where a lot of people try to peg Sister Location as happening post-FNAF 1 since he's using their remnant for the fun times, except he never really gets that far. I don't think he's gonna go back night after night and risk being caught doing more crimes, so he's gonna do it all in one trip. And if that trip ends with him getting murdered, he's not going to have a chance to bring it back to his lab and make a bunch more animatronics out of it. We know that Baby had to have been made early on so it could kill his kid, so it only makes sense the rest would be made around the same time. There's just no way to make it make sense, but there's no way to make Sister Location make sense, so all's fair there. Besides, why would he go back there for the 5th night if he got everything he needed from the other 4 animatronics? Is he just gonna piss on some stuff out of spite? His plan works dandy until he's finally cornered by the ghosts of all the children as they jump Afton as he's cornered trying to collect all the remnant. He has a really good idea of hiding in the Springlock suit. No, I mean it. Only problem was he put the whole suit on, which forcibly acupunctures him to not death. This jerk manages to stay alive through sheer force of Violet for the next 30 years! 30 years pass before anybody finds this guy, a guy who was convicted for child murder. And when they do find him, you know who does it? The least important voiced character of the whole franchise. Let's rewind a bit. If we want to be fair, this 30-year time gap is more likely when Baby got kicked out of Ennard, but I wanted to put it earlier so I could see what it feels like to be wrong, which I haven't been at any point previously in this or any video. Oh, and if you think that Sister Location should go here instead of all the way back in the past, no, I do too, but it doesn't make much more sense. Michael has been blowing bubbles with his spit for 30 years, but when news of a new Fazbear attraction opening reaches him, you know he was in there like a rat up a drain pipe. Fazbear Fright is that one local fair that has a John Wayne Gacy-themed escape room that gets national coverage for how bad taste it is. The attraction sucks because they forgot to get an animatronic before they opened it, but luckily they were able to find one, and didn't even have to worry about the obvious corpse inside. Remember when I said that FNAF people can't see a corpse even if it's spitting in their face? Well, aside from Michael being walking, talking proof of that, Springtrap is housing William Afton's probably dead body, and now he's trying to run you down because you just have such a hateable face. On top of that, you're attacked the whole night by illusions of old animatronics that show up when you're low on oxygen. This is kind of the reason I said Michael has to be the guard in FNAF 2, but still be a corpse, because he hallucinates exclusively FNAF 2 characters, save for Chica, so he has to have an idea of what Mangle, Loot Boy, Puppet, and the Wizards look like. I really wanted to put FNAF 2 in a pre-Sister Location time frame so that you could have William calling Michael to go to the bunker from prison, but would you have guessed that Sister Location made my life harder? So Michael decides the only way to keep his old man down is with pyromania, as he uses the building's faulty wiring as an excuse to torch the place and kill his dad. This doesn't work, and according to this useless book I bought, it transforms him into Dark Springtrap. Dark Springtrap is Springtrap, seconds before collapsing, you see. Springtrap ain't the only one kicking around here, since over the course of the night, you did many games that help free the souls of the 5 dead kids that anybody actually cares to name. Can somebody explain what I'm doing exactly? The fact I'm actively doing something to help means that I'm freeing the kids' souls on purpose, but I can't figure out how hitting the wall like a number pad and touching plush animals helps, but as long as the children rest in peace, I'll help. I'm just joking, nobody involved in FNAF will ever know peace.
Wait,
now,
more
someone
places?
who's been woefully absent from the story as long as you don't count FNAF World, and don't count FNAF World Dummy, is Henry. If you do count FNAF
Thank you
World,
for
Henry
completing
is
today's
dead.
commissions.
Well, it turns
Here's-
out that he's been hatching a plan in the background. It starts out with a new animatronic named Lefty, who's designed to capture and contain the puppet. It's basically a modified Rockstar Freddy with a microphone that plays the same music as the music box from FNAF 2 to keep his daughter calm while she's trapped. Oh yeah, by the way, the Rockstars aren't haunted, they're just having fun. Part 2 of the plan is collecting all of Afton's old blueprints so we can engineer a way to get the spirits out of the animatronics. Turns out Michael was on the right path, as fire is the perfect thing to do it. Final step of the plan was to build a brand new pizzeria and hire some schmuck to maintain it until everybody he's after congregates in one place. This leads into Pizzeria Simulator, where Michael throws himself at another Freddy's location in an attempt to finally super kick his stupid dad.
How much longer
Michael
is
wasn't
that?
supposed to get the job, but whatever, he
The
probably
Mission
needs
Quest
to
art
die
thing?
too. Over the
Gonna
course
last.
of the night, Henry instructs you to salvage animatronics